Hello and welcome back to the Watford Way. I'm very excited today. I'm in a good mood. I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good omen for the game. But we are here today, of course, to watch Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Watford away at the Molineux Stadium. I have the team. We'll go through that in just a second. But firstly, thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I am James, if you don't know that already, as it says there on that way on my name tag. And we'll be watching the game today here on the Watford Way. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. That'd be much appreciated. If we can hit 600 subscribers today, that would be amazing. And yeah, the teams are out, so we'll take a look at that in just a second. I potentially may have a special guest joining me second half. And I believe Callum will be joining me at half time as well to discuss the game, of course. But firstly, let's get into the team news. And a bit of news that was surprised naturally. If I get the team news up in front of me here, no João Pedro in the starting lineup. As you can see there on Watford's Twitter account, they said João Pedro has been double vaccinated, but he's forced to sit out tonight due to failing the Premier League protocols for COVID. Which basically means I believe it is where you have to test negative 2 days in a row, whereas João Pedro is only tested negative once. So if he tested negative yesterday and today, he could have played in the game, but because he tested positive yesterday, that's why he can't play in today's game. So if you are confused, I believe that is what's happened. But here is the starting lineup. So we've got Foster in goal, Imran Louza. And basically, to be honest, it's the same team as Arsenal, bar obviously João Pedro. So Pedro drops out. Joshua King back in actually after his injury. So Foster, Louza, Joshua King, Tom Cleverley, Hassan Kamara, Craig Cathcart, Musa Sissoko, Kiko Femenir, Samir Dennis, and Hernandez. So as I said, basically same team as Arsenal, except obviously João Pedro coming out because he tested positive yesterday for COVID. Joshua King back in after injury. Let me know your thoughts on Cleverley's continued selection. I know it's a big topic in the stadium actually against Arsenal. A lot of people weren't happy that Tom Cleverley stayed on the pitch, but there you go. Roy Hodgson has stuck with Cleverley, and to be fair, he's quite a stubborn man, and he sticks by what he thinks is right. So you have to kind of commend Roy for that, albeit I know a lot of fans won't agree with that selection. If I just get up the Wolves lineup actually as well, because I do believe I have that on here too. Yeah, so here's the Wolves lineup. So I'll make that bigger for you. Let me know if you can see that. So there's the Wolves lineup. Jose Sarr in goal, Johnny, Willy Bolly, Connor Cody, and Roman Saiss. Rayman Out Nuri, hope I pronounced that correctly. Jean Moutinho, Ruben Neves, Daniel Podence, Raul Jimenez, and He Chang Huang. And we know some of them players there. Ruben Neves is fantastic. Raul Jimenez obviously famously put his mask on in the Wembley semi-final. I believe Willy Bolly actually, it's his first start for quite a long time. I think for 6 or 7 months actually. So in terms of targeting centre backs and players who haven't played that much for Wolves, I think targeting Willy Bolly could be a good option for Watford. And Jose Sarr in goal, I think in terms of goalkeeper performance, he's performed the best out of any goalkeepers in the Premier League this season in terms of goals prevented. And they've actually, if we come back to me quickly here, so you can see me in full resolution, I think, Wolves have one of the best defensive records in the Premier League this season. So I do have to commend them for that. But in terms of goals scored, they've actually not scored. They've actually not scored too many goals, which is quite surprising. I think Watford have actually scored, the same number of goals, if not more than Wolves, which is good news to be honest. But I do think they'll be difficult to break down because defensively this season they have been really solid, and I think Jose Sarr in goal has obviously been key to that as well. About 5 minutes to go until kickoff. And yeah, I'm excited because these two games this week, Wolves away, Southampton away. Obviously, it's going to be crucial to our season if we pick up points in these games, and we win the home games with teams in the round us. I think we've got a great chance of staying up because under Roy Hodgson, especially, our away record is much improved. I think we've kept 3 clean sheets out of 4 away from home. The Man United clean sheet was really good. We beat Aston Villa as well. Drew away to Burnley, which is always a tough test. So I think Roy Hodgson has come in and solidified us away from home. It's just our home form now at Vicarage Road that really needs to improve, because we seem to be doing well away from home. I don't think the players necessarily play with the pressure they do at Vicarage Road, and we go away and I think the pressure's off. The away fans are there making loads of noise. So yeah, I'm not sure why our form is so different away from home compared to at Vicarage Road. But you know, it's obviously an issue that we do need to sort out. Let's see who's in chat. Then VJ's here, Adam is here, Caroline is here as well. Yeah, really looking forward to the game, and I just hope Watford can pick up the 3 points. Let me know if my audio is clear. Let me know if you can see me properly, if I'm lagging or whatever. Just let me know if there's any technical issues, as obviously we go on throughout this watch along. And yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back actually on Sunday as well for the Southampton game, because I'm not going to either of these games. So yeah, I'm very, very excited. Hopefully tonight we'll see a few goals. I won another bicycle kick from Cucho. What a goal that was, by the way. I mean, I don't know how many of you watching were actually in the stadium, but I had such a good view of it, and you know, he did so well to kind of get off the ground, and you know, it was just such a great finish, wasn't it? It was absolutely amazing. And yeah, you know, I was really impressed by that goal from Cucho. And I tell you what, Cucho Hernandez has only scored 3 goals this season. 2 of them have been absolute worldies. He scored that, you know, deflected goal against Manchester City, but then he obviously scored opening day against Aston Villa from the edge of the box, and then he scored a bicycle kick against Arsenal. So hopefully he can, you know, kind of bring that form to Watford today. Fingers crossed. But yeah, about 3 minutes away from kickoff now, which is very, very exciting stuff indeed. Alfie's in chat as well. Welcome to the stream, Alfie. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Watford Way. It would be lovely if we could hit 600 subscribers today. That would make James very, very happy indeed. I'll tell you what would make me happier though. The 3 points would make me a very, very happy man. I'm just trying to think what time the game will end actually. So we kick off at 7:30, half time 8:15. Don't know. So the game will finish about 9:15 UK time. And of course, as the game goes on, if you are watching along with me, I'll keep you up to date as to where I'm at in the game, so you can sync up yourself with me. So you've got my commentary over what's happening on your screen, etc., etc. But yeah, it's just a shame it's not actually being televised in the UK today. I'm surprised actually, because usually midweek games like this, you know, tend to get picked up by Sky Sports and BT Sport. I believe there is a televised game today. I think that might be Norwich City versus Chelsea. I mean, the stuff that's happening with Chelsea is, yeah, it's crazy, really, with all the sanctions against Roman Abramovich, the transfer bans, you know, etc. It's absolutely crazy. And yeah, Caroline says, doesn't feel right when a game's on a Thursday. It doesn't feel right to me when a game's not on a Saturday at 3 p.m. You know, I love nighttime games. I think they're great, and you know, the atmosphere is usually really good at nighttime games. But classically, you know, football's tended to be played at 3 p.m. on a Saturday, and I think that's the way it should be, really. But obviously, us as supporters don't have any control over that, unfortunately. Adam says Leeds versus Villa on Prime, and Owen says the same thing. Yeah, Leeds versus Villa is on Amazon Prime. These must be, I mean, this week it must still be games that were postponed, because this actually was 1 minute till kickoff. By the way, this was actually a postponed game, but then it got rearranged obviously for tonight. So yeah, I think this week actually must just be you know, postponed Premier League games that are now getting replayed. That's kind of the only explanation that I can really think, really. But yeah, let me know your score predictions in chat. I've not actually said my prediction yet. I'm gonna go with what should I go with? I don't know. I'll go with 1-0 to Watford. No, 2-1 to Watford. 2-1 to Watford. I do think we'll concede. I don't think we can keep up this clean sheet record away from home for much longer, to be honest. But we have kicked off now here at the Molineux. Very, very exciting stuff. And yeah, hopefully Raul Jimenez doesn't score Gliminec. That would be very, very. That'll give me flashbacks to the FA Cup semi-final, I think, if Raul Jimenez scores. Just having a few issues here, actually, with a bit of buffering, guys. Bear with me. But yeah, it's a massive game, and actually, you know, seeing how much Everton have struggled this season, you know, if Watford can pick up 3 points and, you know, get that little bit closer to Everton, I think it'll be massive, because we actually play Everton at Vicarage Road. Well, we was meant to play them. When was we meant to play them? On the 20th of March. That got postponed. That's going to be rearranged. But yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. It's still up for grabs. It's still up for grabs. You know, if you're a fan who's saying, you know, Watford are definitely going down, and, you know, we're absolutely rubbish, I do think you're being a little bit pessimistic. I do think there is still hope there. The players taking the knee here at the Molineux Stadium. And yeah, I tell you what, I do love that red kit. It's absolutely beautiful. Really, really nice kit. I've not seen us wear the green kit that much this season, actually. But here we go, at the Molineux. And we have kicked off. Watford playing in red. Craig Cathcart with a long ball up the pitch, trying to find Joshua King. I'm excited. I'm excited. I want to see goals today. I want to see lots of goals. Here's Cathcart, long ball. Joshua King chasing. I really hope Imran Louza has a good game today as well, actually. Because obviously he didn't actually get booed off because of the substitution, but it was disappointing to see Imran Louza go off against Arsenal, because I did think that he was, you know, he's one of the best players on the pitch, in my opinion. You know, bar, you know, Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard. I thought Louza had a really good game, and to see Roy take him off after 55 minutes, I thought was a bit negative. You know, I think it was evident to everybody Tom Cleverley was having a poor game, but he still persisted. So I don't think we can change the way Roy manages as supporters. We just have to deal with it ultimately. But I did think that was a very, very odd decision there by Roy Hodgson. There's Willy Bolly on the ball. Yeah, I think it was May 2021 was the last time he actually played a competitive football match for Wolves, which is crazy. And Watford are actually pressing quite high up the pitch here at the moment. João Moutinho passing back, and Wolves is playing out from the back at the moment. About 1 minute 55 seconds gone here at the Molineux. Obviously, I'll be slightly behind real time because, you know, I'm not actually at the Molineux, so if a goal does happen, there might be a slight delay before I react. So yeah, but I think it's been a decent start so far. Two minutes into the game, we've not conceded, which is good. I saw a stat actually. Kiko Femenier has got 5 assists so far this season, which is the most out of any player outside of the top 6 clubs. So yeah, 5 assists from right back for Kiko Femenier isn't too bad at all. But obviously defensively, he is, you know, very much suspect, and, you know, doesn't do his job sometimes defensively. But going forward, I think Kiko Femenier is superb, actually, to be honest. I think Ngaki's actually got an injury today, which is why he's not featuring. Referee blows up for a foul here in the Watford final defensive third. Daniel Podence going down for Wolves, and Wolverhampton Wanderers have a free kick 3 minutes into the game. Please subscribe as well if you haven't already. That'd be much appreciated. Trying to hit 600 subscribers today, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we can do that. I think a Watford win will help as well. But yeah, Wolves have a free kick now. Raul Jimenez looking very ominous in the Watford penalty area. goes out. Oh my gosh, Wolves player here is bleeding from his eye. I'm not sure what happened there. I think he'll have to get some medical attention, actually. I don't know if the referee's actually seen that. It's a Watford goal kick here. Ben Foster playing out from the back. Banlam says, do I think Everton will get a points reduction at all? I know it's only a rumour. I do think if they get the points deduction, it will be applied the following season, if that makes sense. So I don't think it will necessarily affect them this season. But I still think that would be good to see, because ultimately, if they've not operated within the financial fair play guidelines, you know, they should receive the ramifications for that. And if that's a points deduction, it's a points deduction ultimately. You know, same with Chelsea. You know, Roman Abramovich. I'm not actually going to get into the situation between Russia and Ukraine, but they are owned by Roman Abramovich, who is linked with Putin. And obviously, Chelsea have received loads of sanctions today in terms of player sales, recruitment. You know, they can't renew contracts. So this is the same with Everton. If they've not adhered to the rules, yeah, I do think they should be absolutely punished for that. Balance says, hello, bro. Do you know Ollie Bayliss at all? You are both from Hertfordshire area, I think. I tell you what, I do not know Ollie Bayliss because Hertfordshire is a very, very big area. Hertfordshire is not a small area. There's millions of people who live in Hertfordshire. So I don't know that one specific person, but thank you for asking. Hertfordshire is a very, very big area in the UK. So hence why I don't know that specific person. But nearly 6 minutes gone here at Wolves so far, and Watford, you know, holding their own at the moment. What I do notice is Imran Loser does drop really, really deep. Like sometimes Loser will almost play in between the two centre backs and dictate play from there, which I do find quite interesting, because obviously Loser isn't the most, you know, physical of players, but I think in terms of his passing ability and, you know, springing long range passes, I think that's you know, a good idea really. You know, letting Loser sit deep. You know, picking out Dennis, Sarr, Pedro, Cucho on the counter attack. I think that could potentially work quite well. But I remember we've had a few good results. In fact, I remember a specific result against Wolves actually in more recent times under Javi Gracia. You know, if you're not a long time Watford fan, you probably won't remember this if you've only started supporting recently. But it was the 2018-19 season. The sun was shining. It was lovely weather. I think Watford won 2-0 on the day, and you know, Etienne Capu and Roberto Pereira both scored within about a minute of each other, and the Watford fans in the corner went absolutely mental. And yeah, that was such a good day, man. I mean, that team we had under Javi Gracia in that season, the 2018-19 season, oh, it was so good. I really, really enjoyed it. And obviously beating Wolves in the semi-final. You know, we did have like a little bit of a rivalry against Wolves that season, and obviously, oh, ref! Oh, that could have been a penalty so easily. I don't know what actually happened there. I think it was offside in the end. Dennis tried to, yeah, it was offside. Dennis tried to take the ball down in the area. The Wolves player, basically, I mean, I'm going to watch it on the replay here. The ball's whipped in, yeah. Dennis is clearly offside by about a yard. Dennis tried to take it down. Cucho Hernandez goes down in the box looking for a penalty, but obviously it was offside anyway, the initial move, so it didn't actually matter. Yeah, 8 minutes, 30 seconds gone here at the Molineux. Still 0-0. So, you know, I would take that result definitely if you gave me that after 90 minutes. But I do want to see some Watford goals tonight. I mean, Wolves obviously will naturally dominate possession as well. I think that's, kind of how they play, especially with the players they've got. João Moutinho, I really do rate highly. Same with Ruben Neves. Jimenez obviously had that head injury, but he's come back and done relatively well this season. So yeah, Wolves have really good players. I think they're 8th in the Premier League at the moment as well. So they're not a bad team. Compared to Arsenal, yes, they're obviously slightly worse, but they're by no means a bad team. They are really, really well set up, actually. Yeah, Imran Louza, it's really evident early on how deep he's actually dropping. Out to Kiko Femini on this right-hand side. 10 minutes gone here now at the Molineux. Dennis into Cucho. Back into Dennis. He loses it. Wolves trying to counter. Watford pick up possession again, though. Craig Cathcart. Imran Louza. Again, really, really deep, actually. I mean, I know he's got fantastic passing ability, but I don't know if Imran Louza can necessarily have an impact that deep. Here's Dennis, though. Jose Sarr's come all the way out of his area and just about gets it away for a Watford throw. But Jose Sarr come out really far then. And if Dennis was slightly more switched on, he maybe could have lobbed him, actually. It's unlucky from Dennis there, actually. Jose Sarr comes really far out of his goal. To be honest, if Dennis went down there, that could potentially be a foul. So, yeah, very risky by Jose Sarr there. Wolves playing out from the back now. And as I said, hopefully we should have someone joining me for half-time and the second half as well. Fingers crossed, as long as they can make it. But yeah, hopefully we should have 1 or 2 people joining me for the second half as well. Gone out for a Watford throw-in here, down near our final defensive third. Yeah, I really want Cucho Hernandez to kind of kick on from here because he's very sporadic in his form. Obviously, first day of the season against Aston Villa, he did really, really well. There's a chance here actually for Wolves. Hold on. Ben Foster. Oh. No. Raul Jimenez scores for Wolves. And that was bad defending by Watford as well. Let's just see what happened here. Yeah, Raul Jimenez basically just onside. Samir's playing him on. Yeah, I mean that's not great from Watford. I've got to admit. I mean, it's not like they've torn us apart there. Really, that's too easy for Raul Jimenez. I knew I jinxed it. I jinxed it as well. I said I hope he doesn't score. Oh, that's so frustrating. Oh dear. Okay, Raul Jimenez scores for Wolves. That's undeserved, really. I mean, the defending there is just atrocious. Dear. I don't know. Oh, it's just frustrating. Wolves have the ball again. Dennis playing centrally. Oh. It's a very end-to-end game, this. Here's Cucho Hernandez. Ball's whipped into Dennis, headed clear. It's just disappointing to go behind so early on as well. I mean, I suppose the benefit of going behind after 12 minutes or whatever it was that there is about 60, 70 minutes left in this game to get back into it. If that happened in like the 85th, 90th minute, it would obviously feel a lot worse. But there's still plenty of time. I mean, Watford have had loads of time on the ball. Here's Kiko Feminier out on his right-hand side, though. Oh, tries to get a crossing, but goes out for a Wolves goal kick. Wolves playing out from the back here. I think I'm about 2 minutes behind real time. So again, I do apologise for that, but it's completely out of my control because it's not actually being broadcast here in the UK. But Wolves are on a counter-attack again through Daniel Podence. He has a shot. Goes out for a Wolves throw-in. And actually, Wolves on the attack, they're committing so many men forward as well. They've got 5, 6, 7 players at times running forward, whereas Watford really are just relying on Emmanuel Dennis and Kiko Hernandez at the moment. I actually really like this red kit. I mean, I can see a few of you in chat going, "Oh, I wish we were playing in yellow and black." But actually, this red kit is really nice, actually. Oh my god! Oh my god! It's 2-0. Oh my goodness, man! You've got to be kidding me. So just as I'm praising Kiko Hernandez, he goes and scores an own goal. I mean, man, I try to be positive. I really do try to be positive. Let's just watch this back on the replay here. So good ball in by Wolves. Again, just committing so many players forwards. I mean, that is poor from Cucho. You've got to say, if he's going to try and put that behind, you've got to do it more convincingly than that. I'm sorry. It's just not good. It's not good defending at all. Obviously, did that go through Ben Foster's legs as well? It just gets funnier by the minute, doesn't it? Look at Roy Hodgson's face. He's proper angry as well. I mean, I get whatever. Shall we just write this game off already? Shall we just end the stream and go and do something else? Wow. Okay. Oh dear. Abby says she can't wait to play Stoke away next season on a cold Wednesday night. I tell you what, Abby. Hopefully, I'll see you away at Stoke. I think that'll be quite fun. Alfie's happy. I think as a Wolves fan. Adam says goodbye Premier League. VOB says, to be honest, I hope we get thrashed just to prove how bad a manager Roy is. I mean, there was me, you know, at the beginning of the game, talking about how solid we are away from home, etc., etc. Yes, you know, I was saying, oh yeah, it'll be a good game today. Hopefully, we'll see lots of goals. I think I'm just not going to be positive anymore, because every time I'm positive, you know, I seem to jinx it. And how can Cucho Hernandez go from scoring a world-class bicycle kick to nutmegging Ben Foster to score an own goal? I just don't understand. Oh. Imran Luz has just picked up a yellow card as well, by the way. It's just so frustrating, it really is. I mean, Josh says, so disappointed. I thought we had a chance. Thought we had a good chance to stay up at the start of the season. I think everyone did. I mean, after that, Aston Villa, was it 3-2? We beat Aston Villa. I think everyone thought, you know, we'd comfortably stay in the Premier League. But obviously, it's not that easy. That's not how it works. You know, you can't just judge a team off of one game. And I kind of think, you know, Watford fans was kind of sold a false sense of security after that game, because ever since then it's gone. I mean, it's gone terribly downhill. I actually thought the Arsenal performance wasn't too bad. I thought the actual goals we conceded came from individual mistakes, and again today, you know, you can't account for Cucho Hernandez scoring an own goal like that. You can't account for the defending for the first goal, really, because it was terrible. Oh my God, Ben Foster, what's he done here? Oh my God, you've got to be kidding me! You've got to be kidding me! I can't believe this. I can't believe this. What is Ben Foster doing? He's had an awful start to this game. I cannot believe what I'm seeing, honestly. I mean, oh my God, what on earth is Ben Foster doing? I mean, literally, for each of their goals, Ben Foster could be to blame, to be honest. I mean, oh my goodness. It's absolutely extraordinary. It's absolutely extraordinary. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I'm actually really angry. To be honest, I'm just not going to get stressed about it. It is what it is. Whatever. It's just terrible. Honestly, I cannot believe what I am seeing. It's absolutely insane. We're 20 minutes into this game, or nearly 22 minutes now, and Watford are 3-0 down away to Wolverhampton Wanderers. I tell you what, you know what? ignore me. Otherwise, I'll just go and have a rant. It's just really frustrating. You know, the defending for Jimenez's first goal was terrible. Then you had the second goal, you know, really awful own goal by Cucho. He's got to be doing better in that situation under pressure. And then Ben Foster there single-handedly, you know, causing that goal, passing straight to the Wolves player, leaves his goal wide open. There's an empty net for them to shoot into. Wow. I mean, that's absolutely incredible. I agree, Abby. You know, obviously we can blame. The manager has to take some of the flack, but these players have been playing like this under numerous managers, and they seem to get away with it every time. And I do think for the individual mistakes we're seeing for these goals, you know, the Cucho Hernandez one. I love Cucho. Honestly, he's one of my favourite Watford players at the club currently. I think he's a lovely guy. But there's no excuses for that goal, really, that own goal. And then Ben Foster goes and does that, you know, an experienced pro. It's just disgraceful. It actually really is disgraceful. I don't really know what to say. How much do you think I can sell my Southampton away ticket for, Caroline? I'm not too sure. But I commend you for going if you do go to Southampton, because hopefully the boys can repay you, Caroline. But after watching this first 20 minutes or so today, Wolves just look so dangerous on the counter attack here. Here's another chance for Wolves. Daniel Podence nearly there, getting a fourth goal for Wolves. just disgraceful. Wow. They've just shown some of the Watford fans in the stands. They're very angry, and I agree. It's a disgraceful performance by Watford, and Wolves haven't really done anything special either. The 3 goals they scored actually come from Watford mistakes. So I'm not even going to say Wolves tore us apart, because they haven't really done that. They've just pressed us really high, counter-attacked on us, committed loads and loads of players forward. Here's Moussa Sissoko for Watford, though. Joshua King through the middle. Here's Joshua King. Oh! Joshua King fires over the bar. Massive opportunity for Watford to get back into the game, and Joshua King fluffs his lines. So Moussa Sissoko drives forward here, plays in Joshua King, who made a good run. He could have actually dinked the keeper there, Joshua King. Wow, that's a bad finish there. You'd expect him to score that, really. I can assure you, I'm very, very angry. Josh says this is painful to watch. I'm just going to bring in Callum, actually, who I was expecting at the start of the stream. I think he had a few internet problems, but I'll just bring Callum in now to discuss the first 25 minutes or so of this game. I mean, it's been absolutely horrendous. Callum, welcome to the stream, buddy. I mean, what on earth is happening? I mean, can you explain any of the 3 goals? Because the first goal I thought was horrendous defending. Second goal, Cucho Hernandez should have just, cleared it quite comfortably, and he scored an own goal. And then the third goal, Ben Foster comes running out, leaves his goal wide open, and it's basically just an open net for Daniel Podence to score. I mean, Callum, buddy, can you shed any light on what actually happened?
I'm in complete shock, honestly. Like, I thought we'd probably lose today. I wasn't too positive going inside of the game because I was going to give my score prediction. I had a few internet problems earlier on. I apologise for that. Yeah. But I expected a 2-1 loss. This actually was expected us to score. It's 3-0 in the first half. So just imagine what it's going to be like throughout the rest of the game if we keep on playing like we are. It's just disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful.
I mean, Joshua King just had that opportunity just a minute ago, Callum. I mean, he should have at least hit the target, surely.
Yeah, I know. It's horrific. And also that's what I was going to allude to there just now. Why on earth is Tom Cleverley and Josh King playing? Has he not learned anything from the game we played against Arsenal, where Kalu and Hal Pedro did play quite well? I know Hal Pedro's out, but give Kalu a chance. He was so energetic and had such a big impact versus Arsenal. Why not give it a game today and experiment?
But
why Josh King?
I get your point, but I don't think Tom Cleverley is single-handedly responsible for actually any of them goals.
Yeah, it's true, definitely true. But again, I mean, we have players like who's on the bench. We have Eto'o, who's just come back from injury. I mean, he probably could have started today and solidified our defense even more. I mean, I don't have any ill will on Tom Cleverley. Obviously, he's done nothing wrong this game because it's a collective team failure at the moment. But yeah, I mean, I would have expected someone different, maybe like Eto'o, maybe someone more solidified, maybe even Kembe. I don't know if that's just me, but anyway, I'll put him in my starting lineup at the Hornets' house. But yeah, I didn't expect Tom Cleverley to start, really. But anyway, it's just been disgraceful. It really has been.
I mean, we'll speak to you again at half-time, Callum. Obviously, you'll be on at half-time taking questions from the chat. So if you do have any questions for Callum, please save them for half-time, and I'm sure he'll be happy to answer. I just don't think we can get back into this game at this point, Callum. I mean, 3-0 down away from home. We're not actually going to get anything from this game, realistically, are we? I think there's actually going to be a substitution made here by Roy Hodgson. I can see someone getting ready on the bench.
In half an hour as well. That's terrible.
But yeah, I don't really know. I don't think Wolves have actually been that great, to be honest. I just think we've gifted them 3 very, very easy goals. And actually, when they attack, Callum, they're committing so many players forward, aren't they? It's really hard for the Watford defensive midfield to deal with the amount of players that are flooding forward for them, really.
I wouldn't even blame it down to lack of quality as well. I feel like we've just been set up wrong. I don't know what's happened here. Because I think Sissoko, Lauza, they're very talented players. Even Tom Cleverley's got a bit of flair in him, even though he's getting towards the latter end of his career now. He's still got the quality and still got the presence of a Premier League midfielder because he's got experience. But he's just completely lost it. I don't know, the whole midfield's lost it. This game.
Cabasele is coming on apparently, so a defensive substitution from Roy Hodgson, which is actually fair enough, Callum, because already, we're nearly 30 minutes into this game now. It's really it's damage limitation, isn't it, really, at this point?
For Kiko Firmino.
Terrible. I don't know what to say.
Foster's mistake for that third goal, that was horrific.
Because the thing is, Callum, at 2-0, you are in the game in a sense, because if you get a goal back, you're at 2-1 and, there's something to fight for. But the goal to go to 3-0, 20 minutes into the game, I just think that's absolutely, disgraceful. And Kiko Femini, I don't know if Kiko Femini does have a slight knock, but he doesn't seem to have gone down the tunnel. So obviously tactical there from Roy, thinking Kiko, it's not Kiko Femini's fault necessarily. It's just it's the collective team. Brilliant.
If that's another injury, that's a whole other heap of problems that we've got there. So that's brilliant. Just building up the problems that we have. We have Ismail Assar out. We have Gakir out now for a hamstring injury, and now we have Kiko Femini who could be out for a knock. So we'll need to play a different style, I think, for the next game because we won't have a starting right back.
Yeah. Just send you a quick message there, Cam, if you look at that, please.
Okay, cool. Right.
Yeah, this is just... It's honestly, I don't know what game to compare it to, really. I mean, the Crystal Palace 4-1 defeat was bad. It's definitely up there with that in terms of performance. Man, I don't know what to
It's just so depressing, man.
It is depressing because
really is.
Before it started, Callum, I don't know if you were watching, but I was trying to be a bit positive and saying, we can still stay up. There's plenty of points to play for, etc., etc. But if we're throwing points away like we did there within the first 15, 20 minutes of a game, it's just we're not helping ourselves, are we?
No, we really aren't. It's just been such a poor showing today, and from when that third goal went in, I had a feeling that it was going to be in Manchester United versus Southampton thrashing, that 9-0. I don't know why. That instantly gave me PTSD back to then. I was thinking, God, if they're getting this amount of goals in quick succession, this isn't looking good.
The thing is, though, like goal difference can actually be really key down in the relegation battle. At the top, between the top, 2 or 3 sides in the league, it makes a difference as well. And actually, in the relegation battle, I think we saw it the last time Watford went down. There was only a couple of goals really in it in terms of goal difference. So if you are all on quite similar points, which, looking at Everton, us, Norwich, Burnley, we all are, goal difference can make a massive difference come the end of the season. We're just chucked, 3, very easy goals away, and it's just really frustrating. Are you sending that through, Callum?
I think my stream is down at the moment. Yeah, I'm just checking through the websites I've got. We'll try this one potentially.
So 33 minutes gone here at the Molineux. Watford 3-0 down currently. Roy Hodgson looking
disaster class.
He's looking very distraught actually on the touchline, and they just showed a picture of him there, and he just looks.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, he just looks baffled, really. Wow. I mean, tactically, Wolves have got this spot on. They've basically just gone, let's press Watford as high up the pitch as we can, force them into mistakes, which is what they've done, and they've got 3 goals from it. And ultimately, it's a very simple game plan, but it's worked.
That's worked very well.
Roberto says he can't wait for Coventry away. Looking at the Championship next season, Callum, obviously it's looking more inevitable, as each day comes. Is there any fixtures you're particularly looking forward to, bar obviously Luton Town away?
Oh God Almighty! Well, I mean, thinking about who's getting relegated with us, I mean, we have to think about the third team that's going now with us. I still think Norwich and Watford can be a good game. Hopefully, we can get redemption after that horrific showing. Almost as on par with how bad we are now, to be honest. When obviously Norwich smashed us 3-0 our own turf. So, can we gain that redemption? Hopefully, get a win there. Maybe in the Championship.
I mean, if Everton went down, by the way, I mean, what a massive team that would be to get relegated.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I mean, they got absolutely thumped against Spurs 5-0. Yeah, that would be horrific for Everton, and that means probably Farhad Moshiri, who's their owner, should probably move on.
Dennis has just gone down on the edge of the Wolves penalty area here. Watford actually have a free kick, and yellow card's been given out. I'm not sure to who. But Dennis actually made a good run there, and he was taken down probably, I'd say, 5 or 6 yards outside the Wolves penalty area. So can Watford score from this free kick? That's the question. Good position. Wolves goalkeeper Jose Sar's lining up the wall. If you haven't already, by the way, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. If Watford aren't going to win, subscribers will help me feel a lot better. So if you haven't already and you are enjoying our content today, please subscribe to The Watford Way. And also check out Callum's account as well, at the Hornets House. I appreciate Callum. Terrible free kick. I appreciate Callum coming on here and obviously in his spare time and helping me out. So if you do have an Instagram account, feel free to check out Callum's account out at the Hornets House. And he obviously provides you with match day content, as do I. But yeah, about 10 minutes to go till half time here. Terrible free kick there. Was a really good area actually, and I'm surprised we didn't challenge the keeper, but it is what it is. The onslaught seems to have stopped a little bit though, Callum. Wolves haven't scored for about 10 minutes, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't feel hopeful for the second half though, because I've not seen us have one chance. I'm looking at the stats here. How many shots have we had? 3 shots on target, none. We've genuinely had not a single shot on target, especially with the king chance that we got earlier on in the game. Oh man, it's not looking good.
Dean Smith's got a request, Callum.
What have I got on the back of my shirt? I've not got anything on the back, but I am wearing the Valencia shirt on side. Now I've got the Valencia shirt. This is the 2020 to 2021. I mean, I can show you the back, but it's got nothing on it. So,
that actually really looks like the Wolves shirt. If someone come on here and they didn't realise, they'd probably think you're a Wolves fan actually.
Oh, cry, yeah. Well, I mean, if I went like further down, I'd probably have to. If I hide the badge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is a Valencia shot. I've got a ton more as well.
Top quality guy. Thank you for watching, buddy. Yeah, really poor from Watford. Yeah, the people I feel sorry for most, Callum, is ultimately the fans who travelled up to Wolves, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I was DMing one of my mates on Instagram, when the first goal went in, saying that. Imagine those poor fans that have travelled so far up north to go and watch that. It's terrible.
You know what? I was so tempted to go as well. It's about 2 a.m. a couple of nights ago. I was just lying in bed, and there was loads of tickets left on the Watford website, and there was a coach ticket left as well. And it was only like 30 quid. So I thought, I could go if I wanted to. I chose not to. I chose to be your lovely viewers here today and talk to Callum as well. And I think I made the right decision, Callum.
Oh God Almighty! It's terrible, man. It really is. It's honestly terrible. I can't use any other words, or I can't think of any other analogies to explain it. It's terrible.
If Joshua King had scored the opportunity, then it would have been
I have a bit of hope. Yeah.
Yeah, just that small glimmer of hope. 2 goals in it, and we could potentially get something from it. Really disappointing there from King.
Yeah, I mean, I knew ever since the I don't know what game. I think it was ever since the. Was it? No, it was Aston Villa. No, it wasn't Aston Villa game. It was Burnley game. That's it. When he started for the Burnley game. Ever since then, I thought, God, if we have this man up front for the rest of our season, this is not going to look good. I don't rate Josh King anymore. I'm sorry. I have to say, I have to put it out there, right? I'm not saying he's a terrible footballer and should never step foot in the Premier League again. He's just not been good enough for us, and I feel like he could definitely be a better fit at another team. Maybe a Championship side, because he smashed it at Bournemouth when he was in the Championship, sorry, and moved to us and has completely flopped it this season. So yeah. I'm gonna have to. I read a TikTok. Actually, no, I didn't read it. I watched the TikTok, and they said it said like he's the worst. Well, no, he's not the way. He's the third worst shot converter in the Premier League so far compared to all the Premier League strikers.
What Joshua King is?
Josh King, yeah. So
Wow.
Doesn't that speak volumes?
That does actually, yeah. Someone asked what team you support, Callum.
What do you expect? What did you think? What did you think? What
did you just think I got a random Valencia fan onto the Watford way to watch Wolves versus Watford?
Oh yeah, no, I am a Watford fan, absolutely through and through. But I just collect football shirts, and I've got an Ajax shirt in there as well.
I love the Ajax shirts. I think they look so good. In fact, there was one I still want to get. I mean, this shows how bad the Watford game is, right? The fact we're talking about Ajax, but I think it might have been the 2021 Ajax third kit or the Ajax Champions League kit, something like that. It was black and gold. It's so nice, so nice.
I mean, I can show you what kit I've got. I have to turn my camera off because it's all right.
Should we do it at half time, Callum?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Good idea. I'll give you a description. It's the blue little bird, the three little birds.
The Bob Marley one.
Bob Marley one, yeah. Cost me an arm and a leg, but it looks good.
Bob Marley is, by the way. Love his music.
I'm still trying to find a stream that actually works.
I'll just send you this, mate. Hold on. Try that, Callum. I just sent that to you on Instagram.
Ah, sweet. Let's have a look at this. Oh.
Just a couple of minutes to go here now in this first half. Watford on the attack actually at the moment. Here's Cucho Hernandez. Ball into the box. Headed on. Joshua King holds it up. Oh. Here's Cucho Hernandez. Shoots. Blocked. Back out to Sissoko. Oh. Cabasele here. Wow. Probably the best phase of attacking Watford play that actually. Cabasele shoots wide though.
Okay, yeah, cool. I've got it up. It's I'm very far behind though.
I'm on 42-10 at the moment.
I'm on 41.55. So I'm 3 minutes behind. So if I go into the half-time review...
We'll sort it all out at half-time, Callum. I'm just thankful Wolves.
I haven't fully seen the Watford lineup.
I'm just thankful
Wolves lineup. Yeah,
Jose
Sá. Yeah. I mean, they've got players like Raul Jimenez, Daniel Podence, who I really rate. I think he's a good footballer. Hwang Hee-chan had an electric start to the season.
Yeah, he's really... I think he's underrated, actually.
Very underrated. Very, very good signing from them. God, I'm struggling to find like good stream. I mean, I've just got the stream that you sent me. It's I'm on quite a lag spike at the moment.
I'm having an issue with that now. Actually, as soon as I sent that to you, I just had an issue with it. I'm back now. I'm back.
Trying to refresh the page. So what's going on?
Dear, the life of a Watford fan.
There you are. Cool. I'm back. 43-23 is what I'm on now. Oh, wait, no, it's like
Just
lagging again.
frustrating.
Brilliant.
Is there anything you would have changed about the starting lineup, Callum? Because, like, looking at the bench, I don't really think there was anyone. Obviously, we had Samuel Kalu, I think, on the bench, Ken Sema. But in terms of like attacking substitutions to make, there wasn't really any options on the bench. So, you know,
I was thinking
Tom Cleverley out and put Kayembe in. Is that the change you would have made?
I was thinking Kalu in, Josh King out, Etebo in, Tom Cleverley out, and swap Lauser and Etebo around. So Etebo plays a more defensive role.
Yeah.
I think Mitch Clapman's struggling for a stream as well in the chat. Can't believe we've at least not given it a good shot on goal. I don't think how many shots we had? 6 shots, but none of them on target. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just the Joshua King one for me. I mean, obviously, I don't expect him to score every opportunity, but in the circumstances, being 3-0 down, at least if you get back to 3-1, you've got something to build on and hold on to. He's not helping himself at the moment, Joshua King. There's a lot of Watford fans who are against him, and that is half time at the Molineux. 3-0 away to Wolves. I'm going to shoot off very briefly, just have a quick break. But Callum is going to be here to answer your questions about the game. So if you do have any questions for Callum about Watford, about the game, about the season, get them in chat and he'll be happy to answer them. And I believe Finn might be joining me for the second half as well. So it'd be good to have Finn back on the watch-alongs with me. But yeah, get your questions in chat for Callum. I'll be back in a few minutes' time. Thank you for watching.
Sweet. Hello, guys. Obviously, not a lot to say that's quite positive from that first half there. I mean, 3-0 drubbing at the moment is never good. But yes, terrible showing. And obviously, I can't control the chat. That's James' job. So if there's any random text that you just put in the chat that pop up on the screen, unfortunately, that's out of my control. So yeah, I'll just read it as I go along. So what does Caroline say? Very poor defensively in the first half. Totally agree. I mean, no team goes out there that loses 3-0 in the first half and has a solid defence. I feel like we've been so poor, and it just it speaks volumes how Firmino's gone off. I don't know if it's because of an injury. I assume it probably is. Otherwise, I don't know why he'd be substituted so early. But yeah, Kiko Firmino, he's gone off now. Cabaselli's on. I do quite rate the local man, but yeah, playing right back. I don't know if we've switched formation or he actually is just playing right back for the rest of the game. We don't know, but obviously Ngaki is out, so we can't have a fully phased right back who plays there week in, week out. So yeah, I think that's just a tactical substitution. All we need to do is win one game and we may have a chance. Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, every Watford fan did have hope when we won against Villa, because that is a shock win. I'm starting to think that is a shock win now, even though I think we played better than Villa in that game. Apart from that, yeah, it's just been downhill. I mean, Wolves, sure, they're a good team and they've been contesting some of the top teams in England, but could we at least show a bit of fight today? Could we at least show, a bit of tenacity? And that's what I mean. Why is Josh King starting? I don't get it. I've said to James, I've said many times on past streams that I just do not rate him. I just don't think he's a good attacker. I mean, we've got players like Kalu, who I'm going to allude to again. He had such an impact at Arsenal. Created 2 really good chances to Dennis in that low, those like closing minutes. I think it was the 89th and the 90th injury time minute as well. So I would have definitely started him. If you had a look at my page at the Hornets House on Instagram, you would have seen that I started Kalu, and I actually had quite a few people agree with me in the chat. But everyone said, how Pedro, obviously he's out, so we can't do much about that. But yeah, I would have started Kalu, I reckon. What's to say here? Unfortunately, first half. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. If we do lose 3-0, or it could be even more, to be honest, then we lose 3-0. I just don't think we're really good enough. I think we need to start prepping for the Championship now. Honestly, our team looks like League One quality. In this game, it absolutely has. Can't argue with that at all. It's just been so poor. Roy has just poor squad selection. Completely agree with that. I mean, Tom Cleverley, he's just completely past it now. He's completely past it. I'm not saying this game's his fault, like James alluded to earlier in the stream, but he's just so old now. He's not playing back like he was a few years ago. I feel like I put this on my Instagram as well. Like, I feel like he's been picked because of English bias. I don't know what you guys think about that, but like, obviously Roy's had a lot of experience. I mean, let's face it, he's lived long enough in this earth to speak to many players, including people like Tom Cleverley, who played for England like a few years back. I feel like it's because of English bias picking these players, And Josh King, I can't explain. His form's depleted ever since he's been here, really. But yeah, we have players like Etebo on the bench who can come on, who's granted just come back from injury, but I feel like could do not on Etebo, so I'm thinking about Tom Cleverley, yeah. Yeah, we have players like Etebo on the bench who can come on and try and make a difference defensively. I think that's what we need right now. We need a defensive midfielder, a defensive pivot that we can rely on, but he's just not starting to play. We have Kuchka as well, who I think he's been playing right mid normally as well. But yeah, he's oh man, I can't explain it. Kayembe as well. Yeah, once this game is over, Pedro, Kalu, Dennis, and Kucho. Yeah, that's our attacking line there. I mean, Pedro and obviously Dennis and Kucho are starting, but Kalu, I think he should have started. I really do. We have good attackers, but we play a championship striker completely. Yeah, we do. I mean, Josh King, I just don't think it's Premier League quality anymore. I mean, that can be up for debate, but I just don't think he is anymore. I really don't. We have better attacking options. Game is over. Desperate. Can how Pedro be selected for Sunday? That's a good question, actually, because I know that it was a bit of a shock injury, I think, that came in like earlier on. When the squads was selected, I'm pretty sure everyone expected Hal Pedro to be selected, but didn't he come up with like a positive COVID test? So adapting to England's new restrictions, I don't know if he will be back on Sunday. I'll quickly check on that. Mind you, Josh King could definitely be dropped for him. Let's have a look. Yes, he tested positive yesterday, and he still can't play due to Premier League protocol. So will he be back for Sunday? That's unsure, I think, at the moment. But yeah, I mean, get your thoughts down in the comments, guys. What you think of the game so far. Been a very poor showing, I think, and we need to turn it on in the second half, and we need to play better football. But I have fears that we won't, because we're playing the way we are, and it's been disgraceful so far. VJ says 3-0 is actually a very dangerous lead. It's such a dangerous lead, mate, and I just don't think we have the quality to keep up with it. I mean, the Wolves are challenging top half of the table, we're 19th. Need I say more? Caroline says, João Pedro was tested positive yesterday, but negative today, but cannot be selected tonight. Yeah, he's not been selected tonight. Sunday, I hope to see a return from him. I mean, I don't know England's new regulations, because I know if it's just for normal people, I don't actually think you have to isolate now if you have COVID. If I'm correct, I could be completely wrong on that, but that's what I've read from the new restrictions. But yeah, get your thoughts on the game, guys, down in the comments. Please do follow the Hornets House as well. Let me just there it is. That's my Instagram account, the Hornets House. Make sure you give it a follow if you haven't already. If you want to keep up with any Watford updates, I'm trying to actually clamp down on a bit of content now, because obviously I'm just finishing off my college class now. So yeah, if you guys can follow that, I'd appreciate it if you haven't already. But yeah, it's been so poor, really has been. And how typical is it that Kucho comes in, scores an own goal after scoring a bicycle kick in the last game? Typical stuff. But yeah. I just realised we have Serielto on the bench as well, who's I've not seen onto the Blue Moon. Must win versus Southampton. Yeah, we definitely need to win. Yes. No, there's no debate really. Yeah, must win versus Southampton. Agakia could be bad for Southampton. Apparently, they're aiming to try and get him back. So if we can get him back, obviously, if Amenda has got a bit of a knock, that'd be very good. Just so we've solidified a right back for the position that we play. Cal, your shirt blends in with your hair. Do you really think so? I mean, wow, I'm not ginger or anything like that, but yeah. If you think so, then yeah, fair enough. I'll take that as a compliment, I guess. Thomas Lewis puts in the chat, we still have a chance with the other games, though. I mean, I'll have a look at our fixture list, because obviously I think Southampton's next, which there's no question about it. We need to win that game. I mean, it's away from home again. So yeah, I mean, obviously Watford Everton has been postponed. Then we have Liverpool. Absolutely no way in hell am I expecting us to win that. Then we have a home game to Leeds, then Brentford, then Man City. So we still have very hard games going on. We still have Liverpool, City, and Chelsea. Chelsea last game of the season. It's not by any means going to be an easy ride, but if we can win that, that'll be brilliant. Oh, chair. Oh, apologies. Yeah, I did not read that right. Okay, right. Yes, chair. Yeah, it does actually. Yeah, it does. It's actually the exact same shade, I think. So it's like, yeah, I thought you said hair. Apologies, Cara. Yeah, it does blend in my chair. Oh god, that's embarrassing. Yeah, yeah. It does actually look the same shade on here. I think it's probably because I've got a light shining here. I can't turn it off because I'll turn completely black. But actually, I'll turn it off, see what it looks like. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what's keeping the light in my room, actually. So I'll turn that on. I need to keep that on. There we go. Yeah, I can't believe I've read that as hair. That's embarrassing. But yeah, halftime thoughts. Make sure you let me know down below, guys, who you'd like to see come on, who you'd like to see go off. Your outlook on what do you think the second half's going to be like. Obviously, Finn apparently is rumored to be here for the second half. So if you have any questions for him, I'm sure I'd be happy to take them whilst the watch-along's going along. And of course, James as well, if you want to give him any questions. But yeah, it's not looking good. Not looking good at all. Hope your guys' days have been good as well. Make sure you just let me know what, if you let me know what you've been getting up to, then I'm sure I'll be able to discuss that with you as well. Just get my mind off this result at the moment because I think it's lights out already in the first half. Man, it's not been good. Not been good at all. It's such a Watford thing, to actually put up a good performance versus Arsenal. I mean, sure, it wasn't the best performances, but I feel like we still did actually play quite well. And then drop an absolute shocker like this. It's terrible. A miracle required. Completely agree. I mean, I can't see us scoring 4 goals if I'm being brutally honest. Especially with the attack that we have and Josh King playing as well. People are going to think I have an agenda against this guy. No, I'll be all fair dues. It's been a team photo today. But yeah, Josh King's not great. Obviously, he wasted that chance in the first half. So if this is what we have as our attack, I do not feel hopeful in the slightest. I mean, 6 shots, none on target. Again, just speaks complete volumes. Just no possession as well. Been dominated on passing. Our pass accuracy just been a bit below the bar. Hello, James. How are you, mate?
Hello. Got some water.
Brilliant stuff. That's what you need to. I definitely strap in for the second half because it's going to be fun to watch. This is worse than games against Man City, in my opinion, because I started off with hope. As did I. I mean, I felt like I think we definitely get a goal in this game, but it's been completely below the barrel of what I thought. I don't know about you, James, but it's been it's been dominant from Wolves, and I just can't see us scoring 4 goals now.
Yeah, the Man City and Chelsea games at Vicarage Road, we actually played very well, and we played with a bit of passion, and we gave it a go, and we pressed them, and yes, we lost semi-heavily, but I could kind of see what the team were going to do. Whereas today, I don't know what to think really, Callum. It's just, where do we go from here?
That's
the question. Where do we go from here? Because we've got 2 options. We can either start planning for the next season, assuming we're going to get relegated, which I hope we're not, but that's potentially an option. Or we've got Southampton on Sunday. We've got plenty of winnable home games. I don't know what needs to be said, but I do feel we are lacking like a Chouidini or like Aurelio Gomez type figure in the dressing room who can bring
someone that would roll things up.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I think the only person that I can really think that comes close at the moment is Ben Foster, but Yeah, I don't. I feel like he has a good sense of leadership about him. I don't know. I feel like he's just a bit of a jolly character inside the thing. I mean, I don't know if that's because we just see that from the vlogs that he makes, but I feel like he definitely has, a bit of a catch around him. I mean, the experience that he has. Obviously, he has not a very reassuring start of being the most, being the goalkeeper that's conceded the most goals in Premier League history. But hey, I feel like he definitely brings he brings a sense of happiness or positivity. I feel, but I think that's only because of his vlogs. I don't know though. I can't, obviously not in the change rooms every week. What does the video say? Strange things happen. Yeah, I mean, like I say, it is football. There could be miracles that happen, but I can't see it. I'm sorry, I just can't see it. And then Caroline says this just before that. I'm not sure if I can see us scoring 1 goal, let alone 3 or 4. I mean, with our stats at the moment, I can definitely back that.
Callum, thank you for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it. We'll speak to you again after the game. Once the 90 minutes are up. Hopefully, Callum, we'll be speaking about a 4-3 Watford comfortable away win. I'm sure that's going to happen.
I'm completely positive about that. That's definitely going to happen. I reckon we're going to absolutely just boss this. It's going to be like watching Prime Brazil in the second half.
All right, perfect. Callum, appreciate it, and we'll see you on the 90 minutes. Thank you, Callum. Bye-bye.
See you guys.
See you, bye. And for the first time in months, we're going to bring Findlay Onans back into the stream. I know it's been very much requested to come back on. I believe you were out at football tonight, Finn. How did that go?
That was all right. We played a game. We drew because we're not very good, but it was all right. How have you been?
I'm all good. I mean, surely the football you played must have been better than the atrocity that is Watford, because obviously you've probably just got back in, Finn, but the first half was absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, I said to my mate literally as soon as we finished training, I said, "Can you check the Watford score quickly for me?" And like jokingly, I sort of said, if it's not 3-0 Wolves, you're lying." And he opened his phone, he looked at the score, and obviously it actually was 3-0 Wolves. And he went, "It's 3-0 Wolves." I was like, "No, you're joking." And then he showed me, I was like, "Oh my dear God, we're abysmal." One thing I did, how did Cucho, how did he score an own goal?
Yeah, so it was just basically, he was just being pressured by, I think it was Daniel Podence. And he should have just basically kicked it out for a corner. I don't really know what happened, Finn. I mean, you'll see it back on Sky Sports later when they upload it on YouTube. But I mean, Ben Foster was at fault for the third goal, Finn. I mean, he come running out, left his whole goal wide open net for the Wolves player to score. The first goal, Raul Jimenez, got into the box, found a little bit of space, and just, somehow Foster again couldn't save that. I'd say Foster, Finn, is at least at fault for 2 of the 3 Wolves goals, which is terrible, obviously.
It is. I mean, we've cried out for a better goalkeeper in the summer, cried out for a better goalkeeper in January, and look what we got given. We got a Koyi in 6 months' time. We need them now. Apparently, I've seen Samir hasn't been very good. Is that just people angry?
No, that's very much true. I mean, Samir has not been very good. Kamara's not been very good. The whole team hasn't been very good. I mean, Kiko Femini's come off, Finn. Cabasele's come on. Roy Hodgson made that change after about 30 minutes.
How bad did Kiko come off with an injury?
No, well, we don't believe it was an injury anyway. I mean, obviously we're not too sure, but I think it was just more tactical than anything to try and solidify us and keep the score as it was, because at that moment in the game, it looked like Wolves could go and score 5 or 6 goals.
It reminds me of West Ham when we lost 3-0 to West Ham the last time he went down, and Nigel Pearson apparently punched Adam Messina at half time.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
Yeah.
If Roy Hodgson is still employed by Watford FC after this game, I think I will cry.
Well, I think he will be employed, Finn, because I don't think they're necessarily gonna change the manager after this game. But I can see why you're frustrated, and I don't think the goals actually, Finn, were down to Roy Hodgson really. I mean, obviously the manager has to take some of the blame.
Yeah, but you think you look at the team, how Tom Cleverley's still starting, how Josh King's still starting, I'll never know. Kalou did more in 2 minutes against, who was it? Arsenal, than King's done most of the season. It's we should never have sacked Zisco. I'm saying it. We should never have sacked Zisco.
It's all good. It's all good in hindsight, though, isn't it? Though,
Yeah.
really. Yeah.
Good day. Where have I gone? There we are.
I'm just having a few issues getting the game back up, guys. But I think I've got one here, so I'm just waiting for the players to come back out and get started again for this second half. But I think for me, Finn, it's just damage limitation. I mean, Joshua King missed a really good opportunity that he didn't even get on target. So this second half for me is just keep it 3-0. If you can get a consolation goal back, then great. But ultimately, I think the game was won in that first 15-20 minutes where Wolves scored the 3 goals, and they did it very comfortably without really opening us that much. It was just 3 individual mistakes. Foster for the third, Cucho Hernandez scoring the own goal, and I think Samir with the first goal as well. So Roy Hodgson can't really account for mistakes made by players. The Cucho one especially. I love Cucho. Finn is one of my favourite Watford players at the moment, but I'm annoyed at him for that own goal.
Yeah, I mean, the brain boggles at how we're 3-0 down at half time. Take me back to when Isaac's success was scoring against Southampton. I mean, not Southampton, Swansea last season. I cannot find the game anywhere.
Yes, it's tricky, this one. I hate it when it's not televised in the UK as well, Finn, because it doesn't, I think I've got one, Finn. Just bear with me.
All right.
I doubt we're missing much at the moment anyway.
Oh, well, yeah.
Apparently, Kiko's change was an enforced change. Kalou is coming on at half-time, apparently, as well. Replacing Joshua King.
Good.
It's just frustrating, man.
Yes. You look at the other teams in this league. If we'd appointed, say, Eddie Howe instead of Newcastle, we'd be mid-table by now.
The thing is, though, Finn, I swear, me and you a couple of months ago hated Eddie Howe. And now
I hate him because he was with Bournemouth for so long. But then again, he's a good manager.
Yeah, but at Newcastle, he's had a lot of money to spend, to be fair.
Yeah, that is true. But again, half of them haven't been playing.
I don't know what's happened here. I seem to have lost all ability to be able to watch this football match, which is crazy. I'm ever so sorry, guys. Just bear with me. But yeah, apparently Chelsea have beaten Norwich, which is obviously good for us. But Finn, quickly on Chelsea while I'm talking about them. What are your thoughts on the sanctions that have been put on Chelsea? I don't think they can sign anyone, they can't sell anyone, they can't renew contracts. You can't even buy tickets to Chelsea games anymore. What's your thoughts on that situation?
I think it's deserved. It's probably not great. I mean, it's not great, is it, for Chelsea fans? But again, you've got to punish Abramovich somehow. So this is the way they've chosen to do it. It just so happens to affect football.
It doesn't actually affect Chelsea season ticket holders. They can still go to games. But if me or you, for example, let's say wanted to buy a ticket for a Chelsea game, which why would we? But if we did, you can't do that anymore. And I don't think you can even buy merchandise from their shop, which is crazy. And it's obviously going to affect them as a club. And Watford away fans who would have gone to Chelsea at the end of the season won't be able to now because Chelsea aren't able to sell tickets to anyone. So I was going to go to that game. Obviously, the reason why they've done it is to help people in Ukraine and stop what's happening, which is absolutely fair enough. But obviously, it does have ramifications for football fans here in the UK as well.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, if it's a small sacrifice in comparison to what it's trying to solve. So if it helps in any way to stop what's going on in Russia and Ukraine, then I'm all for it.
I'm still having trouble here, Finn.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think the game on Sunday is actually televised as well, which again is just really frustrating.
Mm.
I'll tell you what, Finn, you need a haircut, mate.
No, I know. I haven't been in ages. Newcastle have just scored.
Well, who are they playing today? So it's Chelsea, Norwich, obviously Wolves, Watford. Who have Newcastle got?
Southampton. It's their new signing, Bruno Guimaraes, who was.
Oh wow, I really rate him as well. Actually, I think that's a fantastic signing.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been on a ridiculous run. I think it's been 8 games now unbeaten for Newcastle since Christmas, which is absolutely mental.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they've lost since. I read a funny stat. Every game that Dan Burn has played for Newcastle, they've won or something like that.
I mean, the decision to actually loan out Ashley Fletcher as well. I just saw someone mention that on Twitter. If you actually look at the bench, Finn, we don't actually have any really attacking substitutions to make apart from Samuel Kalu.
No, I know. It's stupid. I don't know.
So why send Ashley Fletcher out when he could have been utilised today? Because João Pedro's out. Let's say Dennis picked up an injury. Would be so light in the attacking, area of the pitch, and Ashley Fletcher's out in America, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, Ashley Fletcher wasn't getting much game time, but I'm sure when he signed for Watford, he didn't expect to be playing week in, week out, did he? Like you say, we're one Emmanuel Dennis injury away from having 3 attackers. It's just the owners of this club need to take a serious look at themselves and what they're doing.
Yeah.
I cannot find this game anywhere.
It's crazy, Finn, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
We can't find this. 57 minutes gone at the Molineux, still 3-0 to Wolves. We've got Southampton this weekend, Finn. Then we've got a long break. Then Liverpool away as well. So actually, Finn, we've got 3 away games in a row. We've got today against Wolves, Southampton away, and then Liverpool away at the start of April. There's a real possibility there that we might not pick up any points at all, really.
Yeah, I mean, my hope, you mentioned the long break. My hope is that Roy gets sacked in the long break and we appoint someone else. Then we might have a possible chance. Do you reckon there's ever been a team in the Premier League that's had 4 managers at once? In one season?
Well, if there's a team to break that record,
it's us.
It's probably Watford, yeah.
It is, yeah.
Oh, Finn, I think I've got something promising here.
I'll have you.
Hold on.
Oh, me too. Oh, never mind.
No, I don't.
Me neither. I just keep getting loads and loads of loading screens. Oops. How have I done that? What have I done? There we go.
Who have Everton got next? I think Everton. Oh no, they played against Spurs, didn't they, earlier in the week?
They did, yeah, and got absolutely smashed. I think I saw a tweet saying we're getting smashed, but everyone around us is also losing.
Well, I think Burnley have played all their games in hand now, so we
Have
haven't got
they?
to worry about Burnley having their games in hand.
I'll just have a look now. Burnley have played 26. Everton have played 25. Watford, Norwich, Leeds, Brentford have played 28. Newcastle have played 27.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a stream.
Can you send it to me, Finn, please?
Yeah. I've sent it to you.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah. Dennis is driving at the Wolves defence, brought down by Matt Kilman. Is it Matt Kilman? No, it's Sice, who gets booked. And Watford have a free kick on the edge of the box, which means nothing because it's Watford and we won't score.
I'm on 58.09, Finn.
Yeah, I'm on exactly the same.
Oh, superb. Right, we're here. We're back. We're back.
Yeah.
What a palaver that was, my word.
I'm not even sure I want to watch this. I'm not going to lie. Maybe the world was trying to do us a favour.
I'm quite interested in seeing how Samuel Kalou gets on, actually, Finn, because he came on against Arsenal for about 2 minutes and looked okay.
Yeah.
But he come in January and he's not been given a chance, really.
No. I think he made his debut over a month.
Is Pedro Neto coming on for Wolves now? Looks like it.
No, Oh no, yeah, it was. Sorry.
Yeah. This is a good position, really, for a free kick, Finn. Imran Louza and Kalou standing over it.
Yeah. Have we looked like we just don't care, or is it if we've been given fight, just not good?
I don't really know. I don't know. The actual goals just come from individual mistakes, Finn. So it's not like we were actually torn apart by Wolves.
Is it just like an average Watford game?
Like, we've had opportunities on the counter attack.
Jesus, it's like an throw-in.
I think that's a corner, Finn.
Oh.
Let's have a look here. It must have took a deflection. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, if that's a...
Sometimes the camera angle deceives you, doesn't it?
Yeah. Who's that taking the corner? Cucho, which and cleared at the front post again because it's Watford and that's what we do. Kamara plays out wide looking for Dennis, who brings it down.
Good touch there by Dennis. I don't think you'll be joining us on Sunday, will you, Finn? I think you got football again on Sunday.
I have, yeah.
Ball whipped in. Oh, is that another Watford corner?
No.
I'll
tell you what, if we score now and then we score within another 15 minutes after that, we could have a good game. But that's not going to happen, is it? So.
Well, the thing is, if we were going to get back into this game, we'd need a goal pretty much now, and then you've got half an hour left to basically go all out for the 2 goals. So Hwang Hee-chan coming off for Pedro Neto.
He scored, didn't he, Chan?
Yeah, I think so. I can't even remember. Jimenez and Podence definitely scored.
Oh no, it was an own goal. The other one was.
Yeah, it's an own goal. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. We on aggregate this season, we're losing 5-0 to Wolves. Wolves. They're not even that good.
Yeah, I remember the game at Vicarage Road actually because Adama Traore run us ragged. I remember watching him and just I couldn't believe. You look at my arms compared to Adama Traore. I mean, I definitely would not win in a fight against Adama Traore.
Yeah,
is honestly, Finn, seeing him in real life, he's absolutely humongous.
Mm. I turned that game off after Serralta scored the own goal, so I didn't put myself through any of it. So I've probably
I
not
mean,
even
you're
watched.
doing your driving lessons, Finn. So hopefully, when you pass that, you can come down to Watford and see me and see, see the boys play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully, yeah.
How's that going? Is that all right? I know you said your instructor was a bit of a lunatic.
No, she's lovely, but she's just a bit mental.
Why is she mental?
She's just away with the fairies all the time.
But is she like she's like a nice person, yeah?
Yeah, she's like your crazy auntie that everyone loves.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah,
Then I'd probably
yeah,
quite like. She's probably quite calm on the road, is she not? If you do something wrong, she's not gonna.
yeah. At one point, I stalled on a highway or something like that. It was a
Yeah.
fairly busy road, and she just sat there and said, "So put your clutch down and start the car again." I was like, "How are you this calm?"
Wait, was this on like a motorway, like a 70-mile-per-hour motorway?
No, it wasn't quite a motorway, but it was a very busy road with cars going very fast.
Like a dual carriageway?
Yeah.
All right.
Is it Cabasele or Cath carting right back? It looks like Cabasele, doesn't it?
Yeah, Cabasele, because he come on for Kiko Feminir. I mean, someone in chat said apparently that was an enforced change. The Kiko Feminir obviously must have had an injury, but at the time it didn't look like that at all.
Mm.
But Wolves are on the attack here again, Finn.
Cathcart clears out for a throw in. I'll tell you what, Kalou, I haven't seen anything of Kalou really, but he looks very lumbered when he runs, doesn't he? Like it looks like
And to be honest, I don't really want to judge his performance because he's come into a shit club that's run absolutely terribly. So,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm actually quite excited for the championship, you know. If
Do
we
you
can
really
keep...
think we are going to go down? Like, because I want to have a little bit of belief in.
Right, okay. Think about who you're asking.
Negative Finn, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think we've been down since Norwich. Jesus.
Oh!
Cabasele just kicked it at Podence and it gave Foster some problems.
Yeah, that had Foster scrambling, that did.
Mm. If that had gone in, it would have summed up Watford's season.
He's good, Daniel Podence, isn't he? I mean, Wolves have got some really good quality players.
I remember watching him before he joined Wolves at Olympiacos in the Europa League, and he was good then.
The Teenage Aspie says, 2-hour, 8-minute drive for our fans today, up to Wolves, down again, 4-hour round trip plus the game, obviously, as well. It's a long old journey, Finn, isn't it? I mean, I nearly booked a ticket a couple of days ago, and I'm glad I didn't now because it is a long day and it takes up a lot of your time. But
I don't know why we keep. I think we should boycott Vicarage Road until the owners are gone.
Finn, why do you come out with such ridiculous things sometimes?
That was a joke.
When was the last game you went to, Finn? It must have been a couple of years now.
Oh, it's been more than a couple of years. I haven't been in. Honestly, the last game I went to, I think, wasn't even at Vicarage Road. I think it was.
Was it West Brom Watford, something like that?
It was Aston Villa Watford. It was the first Graham Taylor game.
All right. Was that at Villa Park? Was it?
Yeah. Jean Martino with the ball. Wolves just look so assured in possession, and then there's just Watford who's just backing off and backing off and backing off.
I just don't think I just don't think the club is a Premier League club at the moment. Just the way we operate, the players we recruit, the model of sacking managers. I just don't think that our actual model is sustainable enough to be a Premier League club. You've got so many rich owners, billionaires in the Premier League. If Watford want to compete with them, we have to get everything else spot on.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, for the past 2 or 3 years, we've not got everything spot on in terms of the decision making from the club, and therefore it makes it very difficult to compete. Because you look at the teams around us: Norwich, Burnley, Watford. We all don't have a lot of money, and I think that tells the story really. The 3 clubs with essentially the least amount of money are all in the bottom 3.
It's in the back of the Watford net, but it's been disallowed for something.
I think that's a foul in the box, Tim.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Like you were just saying, by the way, you look at the poorer clubs that are actually doing what has that actually been disallowed for?
Not sure, mate.
Oh, someone was holding Sissoko's shirt.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep going off track. The poorer teams that are doing well in the Premier League have brilliant managers. You look at Southampton, they've got Ralph Hasenhüttl, who, in my opinion, is probably one of the best managers in the Premier League.
Yeah.
You've got before this season, Marcelo Bielsa with Leeds, who weren't rich. You have who else? West Ham. West Ham any that rich?
They are. I think they are quite rich, but they actually let David Moyes take charge of recruitment. So all the players they bring in have pretty much got David Moyes' approval, which I think is a good way to operate when you've got a manager, because you're then building to their philosophy.
Yeah, that's what we should have done when we had Xavi. We should never have sacked Xavi, and we should have given him more control.
Well, to be fair, I know Ismaila Sarr's a great player, but actually Javi Gracia didn't use wingers. So you've signed a £30 million winger to play for a manager who doesn't use wingers. Then ultimately Javi Gracia gets sacked after 4 or 5 games. One of the reasons for that is probably because he didn't even use Ismaila Sarr. So again, that it just shows that, you know, we do buy talented players. We've got João Pedro, Emmanuel Dennis, Imran Louza. Sirielta was great last season, but there's just a mismatch of players at the club. They don't fit together, do they? Like a jigsaw, like a puzzle. You look at Chelsea, City, Liverpool. Their players know exactly what to do in every scenario, and we've just got a load of random players from a load of random countries that you've never heard of. You put them together, and then you expect them to play for a manager who's had about 5 games. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work.
No. Like you say, we've got loads of really good players that just don't fit they don't fit a system. There's no one system that you look at players and think that's the system for this squad. That's the system that's going to keep this squad in the Premier League. There isn't one. You look at this, like, this is just ridiculous. We're making Wolves.
Look at Wolves here. I mean, they're just playing in triangles, aren't they?
Yeah, even that's difficult for Watford. We're making João Moutinho and Ruben Neves look like Xavi and Iniesta.
Fabio Silva's coming on for Wolves now, young Portuguese striker.
If Fabio Silva scores against us, I will turn the stream off and go.
He's good in Football Manager, Fabio Silva, actually.
It was a good tackle by Kamara.
What's your thoughts on the decision to include Tom Cleverley, Finn?
I don't want to talk about it. Honestly.
What about Dan Gosling? Is back in the Premier League squad by the sounds of it. Do you want him to get a go?
The subscribers of this channel that were here last season will know how much I love Tom Cleverley. He's a club legend and I love his work rate. And it's sad to see that he's still playing because he's just not up to this level anymore. He's a brilliant servant to the club. He's borderline club legend, but he's just not good enough anymore. And how he must be bribing Roy Hodgson, because how he can say that. Did you see in his post-match interview for Arsenal that he said Imran Louza wasn't as good as Cleverley? That absolutely baffled me. And like, you've got Dan Gosling in the Premier League, so he's
quickly here, just to interrupt you, Finn. Raul Jimenez has come off for Fabio Silva.
Yes, yeah, he has.
Yeah, I mean, have you, you know, as a fan of the club, Finn, have you warmed towards Roy Hodgson? Because for me personally, I just haven't. You know, Xisco, lovely guy, I loved him. Ranieri, lovely guy. Yes, they both got sacked for. You know, they both got sacked arguably too quickly. But they're just, you know, we've gone from having a really lovely, personable manager to having Roy Hodgson.
We still don't swear on this channel, do we?
Not really. It depends. If they score a 4th goal, then I might dabble.
Oh, I was just going to call Roy Hodgson a bit of a naughty word because
that's all right. But, I mean, it's just, to be fair to him, Finn, he has actually solidified us away from home, bar bar obviously Wolves away today. I think we've kept 3 clean sheets in 4 games.
You say that, but you look at Man United. We shouldn't have kept a clean sheet.
Well, we shouldn't, but we still did keep one. That's fact.
That's not due to our own system. It's due to how poor Man United were, though.
But before that, Finn, to play devil's advocate, I think it was 32 games without a clean sheet, and Roy Hodgson's come in and kept 3 clean sheets already.
And that's fine when you've got the players to sit back and do that every game. But you're looking at a team that's sacrificing every single sort of attacking intent they've got to build on clean sheets and hope for a lucky goal. And that's fine if it works and you keep clean sheets most games, but we don't. We're getting battered 3-0 away from home.
Here we go. Watford on the attack, though, Finn. Oh, my God.
Jesus Christ.
Look at Roy Hodgson's face. Look at Roy Hodgson's face. Oh, my God. Roy Hodgson hated that. Tom Cleverley's coming off.
Looks like for Peter. Oh, Peter Atavo. Right, we're staying up. Wow. It's fine. Peter's back.
That's a good substitution, Finn, actually.
It is.
Man, the Watford fans are loving that.
Yeah, you can see Sam in the banana outfit.
Oh, dear. Long old journey up to Wolves, I feel. I think it's about 2.5 hours in the car, so 5-hour round trip for the Watford fans. It must be close. It must be about an hour away from you. Can't be too far, surely.
Probably not even that. I think I've drove past it on the way to football, and I've never drove more than half hour to football. So,
you know what would be nice, Finn? Just like a consolation goal. Like I wouldn't mind another bicycle kick. That'd be quite nice.
Oh no, never mind. Wolves are in. Oh no, Ain't Norris miscontrolled it.
Just look so panicked on the ball, don't we? Molineux losing the ball there. Foul. Wolves free kick. Lewis has been booked already, actually. He's got to be careful. Wolves take it quickly. Here's Daniel Podence. Out on the right-hand side here. Ball's whipped in. Header. Ben Foster easily claims that. Great to see Atavo back, though, Finn. He's been out for months, hasn't he, really? I mean, I can't remember when he got injured, but it was definitely towards the start of the season. So
it was the first
if Atavo's fit and available, would you potentially, take Cleverley out and go for a free in midfield of Atavo, Sissoko, and Imran Louza? I think that could be quite a good industrial midfield.
Yeah, it would be. Oh, it's flashed across goal, and Fabio Silva somehow puts it wide. Should have been 4-0 there. I think it was Pedro Neto beats Cavasoli too easily. Looks like
I think he might have been just offside there, actually, anyway.
No, if you look at Cathcart's outstretched leg, it looks like his foot's playing him on. Anyway, Peter Atavo, he got injured chasing. Do you remember that hectic 1-1 draw against Newcastle at the start of the season?
Yes.
That was where Atavo got injured when he was chasing Jacob Murphy in the last couple of minutes.
What was his injury? Was it like a hamstring injury? Was it
pulled his quad.
Ligament?
He pulled his quad muscle, completely pulled it, yeah.
I proper jinxed this, by the way, Finn, as well. At the beginning, I was like, oh, yeah, I hope Cucho Hernandez has a great game, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes and scores the own goal.
So what you're saying is it's completely your fault?
That is exactly what I'm saying, yes.
It's not rare. It's not an acceptable behaviour, James.
Oh, I do apologise.
Oh,
dear. Do apologise, everybody. It is 9 p.m. Lovely weather today, Finn, actually, wasn't it?
I don't know. I was at school all day. Literally, Saint, where I go to school, literally we have no outside areas that sixth formers are allowed in.
Must have
So I
a
was
field, surely.
Yeah, but we're not allowed on the field.
Why? COVID rules or something, is it?
Probably something to do with that.
Wow, it's a great ball by Ben Foster there to release Emmanuel Dennis.
See, he's got no support at all. And that is my issue with Roy Hodgson.
Yeah, but I mean, you say that's your issue with Roy Hodgson. You know, sometimes the players on the pitch do have to take the initiative to
No,
to
I
go
know.
and just express themselves.
But he's set us up in such a way that he's sacrificed all attacking intent.
I just think the mindset now is damage limitation.
Yeah. I've just got a notification from the Premier League app. I don't want to look at it.
Don't look at that because we're probably about 30 seconds behind. I mean, there's a corner here for Wolves, Finn, so it could be exactly what we're thinking.
Yeah.
So Wolves do have a corner here, just approaching the 78th minute away at the Molineux. The corner's whipped in. And fired way over the bar there from Pedro Neto. Watford goal kick.
It was Norwich scoring.
What's the score in that game, Finn?
2-1.
Well, they're not giving the ball back to Foster, are they?
No.
In fact, because obviously Foster used to play for West Brom, didn't he? That's why he's getting a lot of stick.
Yeah. Well, now they've thrown the ball back on the pitch when there's already another one.
You know what? I think they actually did that at Vicarage Road as well, I remember.
Mm.
Oh, whatever. The game's over anyway.
Yeah. If Wolves are winning 1-0 right now, I'd be fuming.
Finn, I'd usually come to you at this point and go, who's been your man of the match so far?
Oh, please don't.
No, I wasn't planning to.
Are you going to do player ratings at the end of this game?
No.
You're not?
No.
Just everyone's a 0?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Matty Cash has just scored for Villa.
There's so many games going on today, I can't keep track. So we've got Chelsea, Norwich. Then we've got who are Villa against again?
Leeds, I believe.
Leeds, Villa, and obviously Wolves, Watford. Oh, that could have been a goal. Daniel Podence slicing at a shot on the back post, and Ben Foster once again easily claims that.
In fairness, since I've been watching, Wolves have had one clear-cut chance.
Well, that's what I mean, Finn. So, like, in the first half, the goals you missed, the Cucho own goal shouldn't have even been an own goal. That should have just been a Wolves corner. The first goal was entirely preventable defensively. And the third goal, Ben Foster caused it himself. So, actually, they've not really made a clear-cut chance themselves. It's just been Watford gifting them the opportunity.
I suppose that is like what you say. Hodgson's, he's solidified us, but it's just individual errors that are costing us. I wonder if Hodgson will try and blame this on the fans again in his press conference.
I can't see a way that he would do that personally. Another substitution by Wolves. I don't actually know who that is.
It's Chiquinho. He came from, I think it was the Portuguese league or Brazilian league.
Is he any good?
I've watched him a couple of times. I really like him. He looks so assured when he's dribbling. I love watching him play.
Luke Anthony's in chat. Go Watford. Yes, Luke. That is a positivity we need. We need at this moment in the game. My word. I think we've lost Finn here. Actually, I think his connection.
No, I am here.
You were just staring into the abyss, were you?
I'm just contemplating why I support Watford.
Oh dear. Southampton away on Sunday, Finn. I mean, can you see us getting anything out of that?
No, I'll be honest, no.
Because you'd say they're obviously worse than Wolves, statistically anyway.
I don't think they are they?
Well, Wolves are 8th. I think Southampton are 14th.
Oh, are they? Well, I didn't know that. I thought Southampton were doing a lot better than that.
I might be wrong, but from recollection, that's where they were. I'll check quickly, actually, on the Premier League. Hold on. Yeah, Wolves are 8th. Southampton are... Southampton are 10th, actually, Finn.
Oh, right, yeah.
But they did lose their last game, apparently. Or they are losing now, sorry, to Newcastle.
Which probably means they'll beat us. Do you know, Wolves haven't won in 3 until this.
Yeah, it's such a Watford thing to do, though, isn't it? Whenever a team's on the bad run, we kind of gift them a win, don't we? I remember Newcastle had lost every game at the start of the season, and then they played us, and they nearly won it in the last minute. So it's just the way of it's the Watford way of doing things, really.
Yeah, how on earth we're not bottom of the league, I'll never know. Oh my!
What is that? What is he attempting there?
That's not even what.
You're right, Roy. Blimey.
How on earth we're on bottom of the table, I'll never know. Do you know, we probably won't even sack Roy. Probably because we don't have the money.
Of course we won't, Finn. I mean, I think it's stupid to think they'll sack Roy after today. I know it's bad, but we can't just sack every manager we get after about 4 games. Here's Ruben Neves, edge of the box.
Oh
my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! What have we just seen, Finn? What have we just seen? Surely that goes down to Foster, right?
No, honestly, I think the lack of pressing made it easier for him, but that's just a really good finish.
Let's take a look at this again. I mean, Ruben Neves granted all the time in the world. Should Foster be doing better there? I mean, I'm not a goalkeeper, so I wouldn't really know.
I don't think that's down to Foster. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Is it 5?
Is it?
Someone's just put in the chat it's 5.
No, don't. Just Finn, ignore chat. Honestly, I've done so many watch-longs. Don't just ignore chat. Sometimes I post fake scores. It's all right. That's a good finish though from Ruben Neves. To be fair, I mean, I'd argue Foster should be doing better, but as I said, I'm not a goalkeeping expert, so I would. I really want these streams to be positive and happy, and you know. Here's Neves again. I mean, Neves and Podence this second half have really dictated the game, haven't they?
Wolves have dictated. I'm actually going to have a look at the stats really quickly.
Have you moved your room around, Finn, a bit as well? We're at a different angle today in your bedroom.
I have, yes. So I've got a new desk.
Wow, that's so exciting. As Caroline says, please hit subscribe. It would be much appreciated. We're trying to hit 600 subscribers this week. So if you haven't already, if you're a Watford fan, if you're a Wolves fan, if you're any fan of any team, please subscribe to the Watford Way, hit the notification bell, and like the stream as well. That would be much appreciated. And thank you to Finn for coming on as well. He runs his own Watford account over on Instagram at Watford FC Hub, produces Watford content every match day and throughout the week. So if you're interested in what Finn does, that's at Watford FC Hub on Instagram. And it's 4-0 Wolves, 86 minutes gone here at the Molineux Stadium, 4 minutes to go, or 3.5 minutes actually, plus whatever time is added on. Hopefully we can keep it at 4. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's just damage limitation, isn't it, at this point? You know, goal difference does matter.
We have to play Man City away yet this season.
Liverpool away as well, Chelsea away.
Can we just forfeit the Premier League now?
It's just so depressing, Finn, because it's so obvious that we just are not cut out for this level, yet we still have to sit through, you know, every game, you know, put on ourselves through this torture. Vital tackle there by Kamara, otherwise that would have probably been fine.
Caroline, we haven't yet had a shot on target, no. I've just looked at the stats on
Joshua King should have had a shot on target in the first half, but he absolutely fluffed his lines. He should have scored, really. I thought it was a good opportunity. He should at least be hitting the target. Cal from halftime will be joining us again in just a second, obviously, to discuss the second half. It's just disappointing, yeah. Really is disappointing. We go from one extreme to the other, Finn, don't we? I mean, what are you going to say, Finn?
I was going to ask what your starting 11 would be next season if we go down.
You know what? I've got no idea because I don't know who's going to stay. Is Sissoko going to stay? Is Kamara going to stay? Is Luza going to stay? Is Cucho going to stay? I can't answer your question, really.
Fair enough.
Because, you know, I feel like all these players will feel like they deserve to be playing in the Premier League. And, you know, Sarr and Dennis especially, I can see moving to bigger clubs.
Yeah. I think if we try, I think our priority should be keeping a hold of a Tabo, Loser.
I think if we can keep hold of Cucho Hernandez as well.
The 4 players we should keep hold of are João Pedro, Cucho Hernandez, Peter Tabo, and Imran Loser. And we should build a team around them.
Yeah.
How old is Peter Tabo, actually?
I think he's quite young. I think he might only be 25. He's probably about 30 now. I've said that, isn't he?
26.
Okay. He's still got plenty of time left in him, to be fair.
Mm.
We're going to bring Callum in now as well, alongside Finn, to discuss the game and obviously get his thoughts on that Ruben Neves goal as well. Callum, welcome back to the stream, buddy. Hope you're doing well. There you go, Finn, Callum, Finn. I don't think they've ever met each other. Callum, obviously Ruben Neves scored the 4th goal for Wolves. You know, could Ben Foster have done better there? Because I think he should have. Finn says he doesn't believe he could. You know, what's your thoughts on that 4th goal? Could it have been preventable?
Well, I actually turned off the game after 83 minutes because I just simply had enough. I think the game was done and dusted by then. Apparently, I've read up that it was a chip, right? I think he chipped Ben Foster.
Yeah,
so,
he did, yeah. Head to the box.
Yeah, so I mean, could he done better? I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, I feel like Foster's just not Premier League quality now anyway, to be honest. I feel like he's just completely finished at this level now. So I feel like he could have done better. But again, that could have been the case for any goalkeeper. So, yeah, I'm too dejected to really analyse anything right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same. We've got 1 minute left in this game now, Finn. Can we score 3 goals in 1 minute? 4 goals in a minute? Sorry. I mean, it's certainly possible.
Is it? Is it, though?
God. I don't know. Here's Dennis.
The question is, though,
shall we pretend we've scored a goal?
Yeah, actually, to be fair, if we score a goal, I wouldn't celebrate anyway.
Yeah, that is true. I wouldn't either.
we've actually got a corner here in the last 30 seconds of the game.
If we score from this corner, I will. There's a big 1.5 litre bottle of Fanta on my side, and I'll drink the whole thing.
Corner's whipped in. Cucho Hernandez, edge of the box, shoots, blocked, and that should.
Have you ever heard that chant? It's like let's pretend we scored a goal. I think we should be doing that right now. Just lift the spirits up because it's very very negative in here now.
Well, there's about 5 seconds left, Callum, until we are resigned to defeat. The referee's just about to blow the whistle. Still going. There we go, full time. So Wolves 4, Watford 0. Finn, disgraceful.
Yeah, I missed 3 ago. I missed the first half, so I don't have much to say other than second half we were dominated. Made Iniesta. No. Made Ruben Neves.
Barcelona all of a sudden.
No, I was going to say we made João Moutinho and Ruben Neves look like Xavi and Iniesta. Daniel Podence like Neymar. We made Wolves look so much better than they are. They're a good side, but we shouldn't be losing 4-0 away from home. It's just poor. We're not Premier League quality, and it is torture having to watch us week in, week out. But it's Watford, which means we'll probably get some points from Southampton, and everyone will be hoping again, and we'll lose the next week, and it's an endless cycle, and then we'll go down.
Well, Callum, our next 2 games are away from home, so it would be 3 away games in a row. Obviously, losing to Wolves 4-0 today. Southampton on Sunday, Callum, and then we've got Liverpool away as well. Can you really see Watford picking up any points from the next 2 games? Because lose to Southampton, then we've got Liverpool to play. As Finn said earlier, I think we've got Man City away to come, Chelsea to come as well. It's suddenly, as the games go by, Callum, looking increasingly difficult to stay in the league, isn't it?
I mean, to be honest, I wrote off us staying in the Premier League really a month or 2 ago, but now it's really starting to set stone now that we're down. I think we need to start preparing for the Championship now. I mean, with the games we've got coming up, we've still got Man City, Liverpool and Chelsea to play. Do you really expect us playing like that today we're going to win those games? Let's be brutally honest with me now.
No.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah, there's no words. There's genuinely no words. So and they're all away from home as well. So it just adds even that element, even more of an element of pressure onto us, to try and win those games. But I'll just read out the fixtures we have. So Southampton, obviously, I think for us that there's no excuses. We need to try and go and get for a win for that. I mean, I think Firmino, he did go off for Cabaselli. Obviously, I think he has picked up a knock of some sort, but we're trying to get Firmino. We're trying to get Ngakia, back for that game if he does return to full training in that time. We then got Liverpool rating that game off immediately. We are winning that. We then got Wolves, Leeds United, Leeds as well. They're battling down the bottom of the table. Obviously, got a new manager, that Jesse March guy. I don't know much about him. I know he managed RB Leipzig, did terribly there, and he's now moved over to Leeds. So, will he be able to get a win against us away from home? I don't know. I mean, if Roy sets up the way we did today, it's going to be a tough evening. Watford Brentford, again, it's the same situation.
I mean, we are at the Vic. I mean, you're reading out the fixtures here, Callum. If you actually look at our home games in isolation, I think we've got Brentford, Leeds, Everton at home. Those are 3 key home games.
And
if we win all three of them home games, we've then got a chance. But I think and Burnley at home as well. So really, if we win our home games against the teams in and around us, we are well on our way to being safe. However, it's obviously not that easy, which is obviously the frustrating thing, because our home form this season has been horrendous, and I think we touched on that earlier, Callum, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, I've already looked at 3 of our games and I've written them off completely. I mean, it's the top 3. We aren't being the top 3. I'm sorry, it's not happening. I mean, Man City, the last time we played them, we got absolutely thumped. So that's going to be a very tough evening watching that. But Chelsea, I reckon I've watched Chelsea live when we played them at the Vic this season, and I don't actually think we played that badly, to be fair. But again, they're going from strength to strength. They're practically confirmed Champions League now. Yeah, I can't see us winning that. It's at Stamford Bridge as well. Yeah, another tough evening. Liverpool as well. They've got a front three that probably the best in the world at the moment. So again, written off totally. I think the games that I have faith we can get points in are Brentford at home, Burnley at home, and I'd probably maybe Leeds. I mean, Leeds have Rafinha. They have some decent talent in that squad as well. So what Brentford and Burnley are the two games that I'm looking at with intent now, thinking, okay, we need to turn it on in those games. That's our only chance of really, contesting and rivaling, because we aren't winning any of the other games we have.
Finn, before we go, final thoughts on the game and where you stand on Watford at the moment.
In general, on Watford, in the bigger picture, Roy needs to go. Maybe not now. Maybe now's not the right time. Maybe just wait till the end of the season. Pozzos need to go. Maybe not the Pozzos. Maybe just the people who make the decisions. They need to go. We're not good enough for the Premier League. You need to spend at least 2 or 3 seasons in the Championship rebuilding and then go for promotion again. And in terms of that game, we're just crap. There was no pressing on the ball. They had so much time on the ball to pick out what they wanted to do. It was ridiculous. And that was just evident in Ruben Neves' goal. If I'd watched the first half, I probably have more to say, but I haven't got any more to say. But we're just not good. We're not a Premier League side.
I think if there was a league between the Championship and the Premier League, Watford would probably be in that league. I don't know if you agree with that, Callum, but we just kind of, we win the odd game here and there, but largely, we can't compete, can we? I think we've been lucky this season as well. I think the Man United result really was a lucky result. I wouldn't normally expect Watford to beat Man United. The Aston Villa result at the start of the season, looking back now, that was obviously a bit of a fluke, and I just don't know. I don't know where to go from here. We don't have any players on the bench who I think we can bring on to make a difference. I don't think Samuel Kalu was particularly impressive today. Who else have we got on the bench? Well, we've got Ken Sema, you've got Kuchka. It's not very exciting, is it? If we're being honest, and it's not going to really inspire the players to go on and put on a performance. So, do we start building for the Championship right now? I think that would be difficult to do because we don't know who the manager is going to be next season, do we, Finn?
You say we start building for the Championship now, but how do we do that?
Well, this is the thing. Everyone says that, but what do you actually put into place to build for next season?
I think in our reach to prepare for the Championship, because I think we need to now. I just can't see us staying up now. I feel like we need to start analysing the players that are more likely going to stay and who are going to go, and that'll set stone for who we build around for the Championship. I mean, there are players that I want us to keep. I think I watched the stream when it was like the 86th minute. I think you guys were talking about who you'd want to keep for the Championship. People like Cucho Hernandez, I'd like to keep him. Atibo, Lauza, I think those two are going to be a really solid midfield partnership. I reckon Dennis and Sarragon, they're not staying for the Championship. So I actually think that's a good point. Actually, if we can get a decent price range for the sale of both of them, that could be the inflation money that we use to build around the team that we have. I mean, for Watford, Samir's going to stay. I hope Kamara stays. Foster needs to retire. I think he needs to retire after the season. I really can't see him starting for us now. We've got Okoye coming in. I reckon he'll take us all of the. I reckon he'll take the starting position for the goalkeeper spot now. Femenya, will he stay? Do you reckon?
It's a difficult one, isn't it?
Is his contract up, Finn, this summer? I can't remember. Is Kiko Femenia's contract?
I think he's got one more year after this year. But I think it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because he chose to stay last season, and he could have had a move to La Liga. He could have, and he'll probably have offers from La Liga again this summer if we go down. I can't see Femenia staying. He's 31 now. Is he that old? He must be. Yeah. I can't see him staying, to be honest. I think we've got to try and improve Ngakia as much as we can and bring in another maybe backup left back or just the same level as Ngakia, just to provide some competition. And then, like Cal was saying, you've got Kabasele's 31, probably should go. Cathcart's 33 odd, he should go. Serralta clearly isn't good enough for the Premier League, but maybe he would be a sufficient partner to Samir in the Championship. Schuster Kong needs to go. What other centre backs do we have? Scott Pollock, Matty Pollock is playing well for. Was he at Grimsby? Or did he come from Grimsby? One of the two.
I think he come from Grimsby. I think he might be at Cheltenham Town. Is that right?
That's the one. Yeah, he's playing in League Two. He's doing quite well, so that's another option. But maybe just bringing a bit of Alan Kulu. I can't see Nkulu staying.
Well, apparently Nkulu is meant to be coming back from injury soon, although they've been saying that for about the last 3 months. So,
yeah.
Have you seen that? Every time Watford post an injury update, they always say Nicholas Nkulu is going to return to first-team training soon. But he never actually returns.
I reckon I just copy and paste it.
Yeah. I tell you, one player that I actually want to see in the Championship next season after he returns to full fitness, I want to see a lot more Quadro Bar.
Yeah. I mean, Joseph Hungbo's thrown in there as well.
We've got a lot of young talent, haven't we? There's Quadro Bar, Joe Hungbo, Deli Bashira, Domingos Kina.
Hungbo's a good shout.
They're all good young players, and you look at Loser, if he stays, he's 22. Atebo and Samir are 26. Kamara's 27. We've got a fairly good young squad. I think there's just a couple of positions that need filling. I think that is what I was about to come on to. We should never have sold Ben Wilmot, and to replace him, we now need a right-footed centre-back that's a bit quicker and that can pass a ball. You need a back four would be maybe Ngakia, a new centre-back, Samir and Kamara.
Josh Morris.
I don't think he's ready just yet, in my opinion.
I reckon, because obviously you just highlighted some defenders that are probably past their peak now and need to leave the club, which is quite a lot of them, mind you. But I feel like Josh Morris definitely could get a bit of action, I think, this season if we go down to the Championship.
The thing is, I think Scott Duxbury, was it a year ago, Scott Duxbury came out and said, we want a young, progressive squad, we want to build for the future. And actually, Finn named some of the centre-backs there. Kabasele 31, Cathcart 34, Foster 39. We do have quite an old aging squad. Kuchka, I think, is 34.
I disagree with... I think we have a fairly balanced squad, but they're all just crap.
I think that's probably fair. I just didn't want to actually say that.
Yeah, we've got a couple of players coming into the prime. You've got Samir, Kamara, Atebo, all around 25, 26, 27. You've got young players: Hungbo, Bashir, Deli Bashiru, Kina, Pedro.
I mean, Adam Tomlinson in chat's just mentioned another name doing really well.
Zinchenko,
Philip Zinchenko. We've completely forgot to discuss him. He's been doing so good.
I think he'll go to Forest permanently.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Seen his last game for Watford. I can't see him playing for us in the Championship.
I mean, that would be so disappointing, though, wouldn't it?
It'll be like another Stephen Berghaus. He's at Ajax now.
Yeah, I think we need Brendan back on.
But yeah, he's Zinchenko. His work rates. I think if he does stay next season, obviously he's a massive asset. He's improved so much over the time he's been at Forest in terms of not only his footballing ability, he's become more accustomed to English football. His work rate has improved, because I remember his first couple of games in the Championship, he didn't really have that defensive work rate. I know Ismail Assar isn't known for his defensive work rate, but he comes back and does what he has to. Zinchenko wasn't doing that, and I was watching the Forest Sheffield United game the other day. Zinchenko had a shot on the edge of their box, and it deflected, and then Sheffield United burst down the pitch. Zinchenko chased the ball right from the edge of their box straight to the end of the edge of Forest's box and won the ball back. And that's the sort of thing you haven't really seen from Watford this season. I think it's something you need to see from Watford.
Yeah, absolutely. We are coming towards the end of the stream now. So once again, thank you to everyone for watching. I really do appreciate it. And we've gone on probably a bit longer than I wanted to afterwards, but I think that was a good chat with Finn and Callum about what to expect going forward in the Championship potentially or in the Premier League next season. Callum, thank you for coming on. You can check out Callum's page at the Hornets House on Instagram. Finn, again, thank you for coming on for the first time in ages. I really do appreciate it. Finn runs the Watford FC Hub page on Instagram, so make sure to go and give that a follow. And from me, again, thank you for watching the watch along. I really do appreciate it. Please subscribe to the Watford Way. And you can find all our socials in the description down below: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Spotify as well. I'll be back on Friday to do, well, I'll be back tomorrow probably to do a Southampton preview. And then I'll be back on Sunday to do the Southampton watch along. So you can find me back here live on Sunday. Maybe Callum will join me again. I think Finn's got football, so no Finn on Sunday, unfortunately. But yeah, we should be back on Sunday. VJ says we want more, but if we continue, VJ, we'll probably go on for like another 2 hours. And I'm not sure you want to see myself, Finn, and Callum for another 3 hours. So I think we'll leave it there. So as I said, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you tomorrow, most likely, for a Southampton match preview. Bye-bye.